I am sweating so much. I feel like my makeup is melting off of my face. I don't know how many of you are in Malaysia watching this, but is it just me or is it getting so hot lately? Usually I will put my hair down if I'm gonna make a video because I feel like it's more aesthetically pleasing for me, but I just can't today. I just hope I still look presentable for you. If you can hear both of these fans going on here, just ignore that, okay? I cannot stand the heat in my room right now. But okay, enough rambling about how hot it is here. We have enough hotness as it is. Anyways, I want to share something about me that I haven't actually talked to a lot of people before. Ever since I can remember, I've always had like crazy vivid dreams, and a lot of them I can remember for years and years to come. I also used to have a lot of dream journals too, and because of that I've always been interested in dreams. I followed subreddits about dreams. I even studied about lucid dreaming, and yes, I have been lucid dreaming for years and years and years. I feel like most of the time it comes very natural to me. I even became attached to some of my dream characters that I recurringly met. It's a very weird situation because I am very attached to my dreams. Maybe next time I'll even tell you about the place that I always revisit in my dreams. I don't know why it keeps appearing in my dreams over and over again at the same place. But anyways, I keep rambling on about dreams. I just get excited talking about it. In this video specifically, I want to talk about this certain dream that I had that I still remember to this day. And I think this is the most intense dream that I've ever had. By the way, major trigger warnings before I start this video. I'm not gonna say what they are because I don't want to get demonetized, but I will put the trigger warnings in the description below this video. So this dream started with me, but me wasn't actually me. Let me explain it to you. I was a red-haired woman, dressed and styled like the 60s in America. Her trademark look was kind of like red lips. I kind of noticed that too. Yeah, the woman that I was a white woman. I don't know who she was. It wasn't me, but I was living as her in the dream. So when I tell you this dream and I said I and me, try and imagine it as her. I remember dating this guy. He was a clean-cut, shaven kind of guy, very slick, very handsome. I just remembered we were in a loving and happy relationship together. We were a young couple. We were totally in love up until we got married. So I finally moved into his house, and it turns out it was a mansion, like gigantic mansion. But you know, it wasn't the kind of mansion that we see today. It's not like the modern mansion. Do you know the kind of medieval kind of mansion, like kind of a dark interior design? So fast forward in our marriage, I kind of sense a new side that I've never seen before in my husband. I kind of noticed that he has temper issues, like he gets angry over the littlest thing every single day, little by little, but not enough that can cause me any harm, you know. So I never actually bring it up because I remember at the time the memory of us being together before we even got married was so strong, and I still remember the man that he was. I didn't want to risk ruining everything by bringing it up. One day it just got so bad that I was physically hurt. It's kind of scary to remember the dream again. I kind of experienced kind of like blackout in the dreams, so I just kind of assume what happened was I was hurt so bad that I just kind of passed out. This one time that I just woke up from the blackout that happened in the dream, I was laying on the living room floor. I looked around, I went everywhere around the house, and I couldn't see my husband anywhere. My immediate thought at the moment was calling the police from our house phone. So I picked up the phone, dialed the police, and then I realized the line was dead. And then I checked the cable, and turns out it was cut. The cable to the phone was cut. Immediately I wanted to run outside, but the door was shut. Everything was sealed shut in the house. Even the windows, I tried to bang it as hard as it could, but it feels like it's kind of made from a bulletproof material, glass. I don't know, I could not escape from the house. So when I was banging and banging and banging on the window, screaming for help, I noticed an old woman was sitting outside of our porch. I did everything I could to get the old woman's attention. I slammed the window, screamed my heart out, but the old woman didn't budge. So I just kind of assumed the windows were soundproof too. But then, finally, the old woman slowly turned towards me and put her finger up to her mouth to me. And after a while of just frustration, I saw my husband came back and walked towards the front door. When he walked in, I heard him thanking the old woman for watching over me. And apparently, she was one of our neighbors. He told her that I have some sort of mental illness that can cause danger to everyone outside, and I shouldn't be let out. And I lived like that with him for who knows how long. You know, dream times feels like years and years and years. It feels so long. And one day I woke up from another blackout incident again. But this time something is different. When that happened, I still didn't see my husband anywhere in the house. But what I noticed was the door was slightly open. I did not stay and check. I just ran out of the house. I just knew I looked horrifying at the moment, but I just ran and ran and ran. And then I just sat at a bench that I found at a park. I could actually tell how I looked like at the time, even though I don't see myself clearly, but I knew my body was full of bruises. My hair was matted and my face has some sort of blood somewhere. And then a couple of kids at the park came at me and asked me what's wrong, if I needed any help. But I don't know why, I just kind of stared at the kids. I didn't say anything. I just couldn't let myself speak. Maybe from the trauma or from the shock, I just didn't say anything. And then eventually the parents of the kids came, and the parents of the kids were the ones who called the ambulance and the police. So they came, the medics checked up on me, the police wanted to get my statements, but I just couldn't let myself talk. No matter how hard they asked me, I couldn't speak. And because of that, they sent me to some sort of a rehab center until I got better. The police, by the way, finally located where I actually lived. And because of that, they checked their police records in case there's any reports coming from that house. Apparently, they found in their records that they constantly received a 911 call from a woman in that house. And every single time they received that 911 call, the woman will always claim that it's a mistake or it's a false alarm. That woman was me. I couldn't understand what was happening, and they told me on top of that, my husband hasn't been seen home ever since I left. So they let me stay in that rehab to take care of me, and it felt like a really long time until I was finally good enough to be released. That time, I finally felt like myself again. I started talking again. I made some girlfriends. We went out to see the movies at the mall. I came out of the mall with my friends, and then I saw my husband standing right there in front of the entrance. After all those years of not seeing him, he was standing there waiting for me. I see him clothed in this army kind of uniforms, and he started saying all these apologies to me. He said sorry to me for leaving so suddenly and that he was enlisted and he didn't have a choice to go to the army. He was on his knees begging for me to take him back, begging for forgiveness with the way he treated me all those years back then. They said he missed me so much and he wanted badly for a second chance. I didn't say anything. I just let him hug me, but I didn't hug him back. But I did whisper one thing in his ear. I said yes. Then I just woke up. I had that dream years ago. And I still felt like I was living through someone else's life. I don't know who that woman was, but I was her. I felt every emotion she went through and all the trauma she had. I'm not gonna say the messages that I think I got from my dream. Maybe I'll say what I think the dream is in the description below. But before you read what I think it is, did something else speak to you? Because I kind of want to hear from someone else who listened to this. And if you are interested to hear any other dreams that I've had in my dream journals, let me know again, because I don't know if this is a thing that piques your interest or not. I'm gonna take a shower and sleep now. Bye!